Hardy truly is a church with a warm heart, isn't it? Amen. It's my privilege to come and give a little mission report. Very excited about things going on in Global Methodist and what we're learning to do, right? Because it's kind of new to us, the way that we do missions. And this is an exciting part of it. We got to learn a little bit about a gentleman named Tim Turner, and I'm going to talk about him in a minute, but I want you to think about a kind of a us and them situation. We're talking about Africa, right? And not just Africa, we're talking about Tanzania, and such a different foreign land, and foreign in all words thinkable. When we think about what we're doing right now, we're in a comfortable church. Climate control, lights on, sounds on, carpets here. Everything's so wonderful and perfect for us as we come in and have coffee and fellowship together. Over there, when they have church, their churches, some of them are literally made out of sticks. Some of them, many of them, do not have roofs finished yet because they're waiting to collect enough money to buy that next piece of used tin to put on their roof. Can you imagine the difference? We are blessed to have trained and educated pastor, seasoned with all of life experience and just taught so much of how to be a pastor. They're blessed to have pastors that have recently come to faith, and most of which only have a third grade education and know nothing about the next step and what formations need to happen. We will leave today and choose any dining experience we want and eat in abundance. They are struggling to have one meal a day, each and every one of them, if you can imagine that. Most of us are educated at least our 12 years, many of us beyond that. They get 3 years of public education if they get that. And their assistance with public education is very limited in what they give, and then they're cut off at the third grade. The children, if they want to be considered for further education, go into a lottery. Can you imagine that? And if they're selected, they have to find out how they can pay to get to the big city to be able to manage there. So most of them are out before they even get started. If they are chosen in the lottery, if they are able to fund themselves to get to the education place, then they're shocked with the reality of by the country's law, they have to then be educated in English, which they do not speak. Some of them don't even speak the national language of Swahili. They speak their tribal tongue. Do you see how defeating and difficult this is? How do you overcome such a thing? And who do you do it through? Well, luckily, they have pastors that are trying to carry those people, educate them, help them community-wise, and to also help them with economic opportunities, of which now exists none. Many are already finding success on how to do that wherever their local communities are. Who trains the pastors, and how do they get trained when they can only read at the third grade level? Well, you know, God has a plan, doesn't he? Yeah. When God has a plan, guess what else he has? He has a man. And in this case, I believe it would be Tim Turner and his family that are going as one of the first missionaries ever sent by Global Methodist. If not, as he kept saying, I might be the very first one. I literally might be the very first one. Others are going in the first wave, but he thinks he might be the very first one. And guess what? Through our finance committee and our finance committee chairman, who does such a wonderful job of managing God's resources through our local church, they have looked at our Lenten offering that many of you chose to give a gift above and beyond, and they have separated it into some for capital needs, which are desperate. We desperately need that. And the other, they set out for missions. And of the missions amount, they divided half of that out to give directly to the Turners in this forthcoming mission. Isn't that exciting? Amen. Amen. I have to share with you just a little further. I don't know if you can hear me. I can't hear me. I have to share with you a little further about how beautiful this man is and how equipped he is. He already has a way to help with the education problem. He's not on the field yet. He's still seeking funding. But he's already figured out a way to help in that third grade thing. And the communities that have that and that can, they just want to add another year, another grade a year. And then when the fourth grade gets completed, guess what? Try to have that fifth grade. Do you see how beautiful and simple that could be if we could help with this? Also, in generating income, the plan is, as he's already experienced, as he's been over there some, is to get 3 on a motorcycle and go out literally into the field and find the pastors and go with the pastors and look for ways to find a way to generate money. In one case, it's a rice crop that they don't even know how to raise rice, but they're learning and they're getting it done because they can sell the rice, help the church, help the community. And then the last way is the most desperate of all, the most effective of all, how to train and form these pastors. He himself is a gifted mind and a gifted writer. He's already put together some workbooks, and he'll be constantly working on renewing and revising them to communicate at a third grade level all that we need to know, all that they need to know to be better pastors. I'm excited to bring this and a part of the finance committee and the missions work here to say, I want you to consider some things. One, pray, pray, pray. Turners in Tanzania can be found on Facebook. Turners in Tanzania. Pretty simple, right? You can follow them and pray for them as they struggle along through this adventure. You could also consider supporting them yourself, but not just what we're doing as a church collectively, but individually. It's not a huge sacrifice for many of us to commit amount of money each month or for a year or for one-time giving. All that can be done by just reaching out to them. We have some pamphlets, a few of them. You could call our church office in any way you want to. Seek it out, pray about it. You may want to be part of this magnificent opportunity to change a country and change a world. Thank you.